Hello everyone and welcome to Usatility. Today we are going to see how to play ReFantazia Charm & Conquer on PC using the brand new BlueStacks 5, that is designed for blazing fast speed and high-octane action. It packs a punch with mega performance upgrades and it has faster performance than any other high-end Android device or Android platform. We will be able to easily download and install ReFantazia Charm & Conquer and enjoy the game on our Windows PC with keyboard, mouse and big screen thanks to BlueStacks 5, which is the Android emulator that we recommend to play ReFantazia Charm & Conquer. So without further ado, let's get to it. Before anything else folks, the first thing to do is to launch our favorite browser. We open the one we use by default. Let's continue, going to that URL I'm highlighting in green color. There you are seeing it on the PC screen. There is no need to type anything, simply because there's a clickable link in the description of this video and as well in the first main comment. We ended up here on the website of Usatility, in which we have a nice precise overview on the best way to download ReFantazia Charm & Conquer on laptop or computer. We search down a little bit and just click on the Download Game on PC button. Once clicking on the link, we get to the website of BlueStacks. No panic, it is only the Android emulator that we will run to play ReFantazia Charm & Conquer on the PC. As you can see from here, we get some pros of preferring using that emulator. So we will start downloading the ReFantazia Charm & Conquer by clicking on this button Play on BlueStacks that I have marked in green. The step is clicking on the button. Of course, the download action takes no time at all. Here it is, here is located the download. It's a file to execute. The following step is to run the installer. OK, then we click on the file. Windows 10 users will be asked for permission to make modifications to the computer. We answered yes. I minimize the browser to find the installer better. The installation software is really simple. It contains two choices: install and setup path. I am going to describe what setup path actually does. We simply just click on it. And so we see that we end up with here the path in which the emulator is going to be put in. If we would like to vary this folder, we must click on that Browse option, and therefore we decide on another folder and set up the emulator wherever we choose. I prefer to keep it by default. Then, I click on Back. Therefore I click on Install. Fantastic. The installation begins and it's going to carry on together with the download of those MB that happens to be displayed on our computer screen. As you save it on your computer, it is likely to be a bit more or less megabytes. The data transfer rate will go faster or slower, based on your web access and depending on the data transfer rate of the emulator servers. Right away they're running very fast. The download is finished, and now it proceeds with the installation phase. With BlueStacks 5 you can even reduce RAM usage with a single click. Especially useful if you ever face performance-related problems. In addition, you can activate Eco Mode to enjoy 87% reduced CPU usage, 97% reduced GPU usage and easier multitasking. As you can see, BlueStacks 5 is built to provide stability and performance during long gaming sessions. The installation has already finished for me. At present, the emulator has been started immediately. As you can discover, down here, there's a progress bar that will move forward to the right when it actually reaches the ending. The emulator is launched for the first time. The fact is that the emulator has already been started here for the first time. Before we keep going, as you can see, it has made two software icons right here on the PC desktop. The BlueStacks and BlueStacks Multi-Instance. Note that the BlueStacks app icon is going to be the one we're concerned with. Every time we have to start ReFantazia Charm & Conquer on the desktop or laptop, we twice mouse click on this particular icon and as a result start the emulator. The BlueStacks Multi-Instance icon allows you to launch multiple emulator instances. And with BlueStacks 5's new improved multi-instance manager in Eco Mode, players can run more game instances faster and with less lag. Shall we do the following step? That is a requirement, and that's to begin browsing the Google Play Store. And we'll click on Play Store. As you understand, the Google Play is launched. At this point we must log on. Presently when we're there, we have to begin doing the next phase that is definitely mandatory. Therefore just click on Sign In. Presently it says, checking info. It could in some cases get blocked in checking info, and so it doesn't proceed. In this case, you can attempt to log in after a couple of hours, but it will surely most likely be corrected. At this time we are going to provide our email and password. The email needs to be a Gmail email as well as its corresponding password. As an example, you can utilize the exact same email you're using currently in your YouTube account. Then I will provide my data and I will return when I have accomplished it. Voila! Data typed in. And here is Google welcoming us and supplying us the terms of service. We would say yes to them by just pressing, I agree. Following that, it offers us to save to the Google Cloud. You could let it checked and it'll make a backup of the data files on that device to Google Drive. I won't check it. You can utilize that option if you like. We just click on Accept. Google Play, formerly Android Market, is launched automatically and immediately. To set up the app, we must browse the emulator desktop for Android by clicking the app icon designated green-colored. At this point that we are on the desktop of this Android emulator, we notice that we come with right here the Install App option. We just click on this button. On this page we have the game app. Let's quickly simply click there on the Install option that I am just presenting now in green. This action will start the software installation. At present it would download and install the game app. It can take a while or perhaps it may just be very quick. That all is dependent upon our own connection to the internet. This has just completed installing. It's time to go back to the emulator desktop by clicking on this specific button that I'm presenting in green, so that you can start ReFantazia Charm and Conquer for the very first time. You're already on the emulator desktop, then we're preparing to just click on that fresh ReFantazia Charm and Conquer software icon that has been provided. Your game is started for the first time on your device. Now there we get it. I could mouse click anywhere on the screen and also make use of the keyboard. I have to comment on the volume level of this emulator. It's here. We have got the icon of higher volume as well as the icon of lower volume. This manner we will not use the Microsoft Windows volume to increase or decrease the sound of your emulator. And also to enjoy the experience to the maximum, we could switch on the big screen, for which we have two alternatives. This one is the first one. We mouse click on this particular software icon that I am basically designating in green. Thus the screen is maximized, offering one border on top, one at the right and the last one at the bottom. In case that we want to run the video game using all the screen, we hit this particular application icon. And we presently be experiencing the game app in full screen setting. To escape the complete screen mode, hit the F11 key. And we'd now end up being in regular computer screen mode. At this point, I am going to demonstrate you the computer keyboard mapping that is really quite helpful. That way we will probably be in a position to make use of the game app far more effortlessly. The very first task is to press this app icon. And at this time there you will be able to get the required configuration settings. I'm going to keep the normal settings, but if you require to adjust that, you may well do so without having problem. Obviously, the emulator is completely in our own language. In some cases it occurs that the emulator is started in the improper language, such as, in Chinese. And thus to set it in the proper language we browse here to the cogwheel. And thus here inside of additional options, we just click on the language drop down. We may go for the language we need. English, Mandarin, and so on. When the language is decided, we are going to save, the emulator will restart, as well as the Android game, the next time we launch it, would also be in the opted for language. Presently, there is another information that we will need to take into consideration, and it's that we will receive a message from Google telling you that a new electronic device has been associated with our own Google account. It definitely will check with us if we're the people who have associated with that electronic device. Of course, we should not worry, since the emulator is simulating a Google Android device. So you can see which smartphone or tablet is being emulated. We go here, to the cogwheel and we click on it. Be sure you go here to the model choice. And right here we determine that the emulator is acting as a Samsung cellular phone. And so we're going to receive an email saying that a new Samsung device has been connected to our Google account. This is it folks, so much for our training. I anticipate you enjoyed it, particularly that everyone thought it was useful. If that's so, allow it a nice thumb up, subscribe to my channel, and any remarks, requests or ideas, let them in the comment box below. You may also comment things on my Twitch channel. I actually do live streams from time to time. You get it down below in the video description and in the very first pinned comment. Just click any of those video tutorials that happens to be appearing on the screen and see you in the upcoming video tutorials. Bye.